Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to ask you one simple question. What would happen if you stopped comparing yourself to others and focused only on you? Take a moment and imagine that. Imagine living one day without thinking about who is better than you, who is speaking English faster than you, who is learning quicker than you, or who is doing something you are not doing. Imagine if all that noise stopped. Imagine if you finally looked at yourself with calm eyes, with kindness, and with honesty. How would your life change? Your English would grow because your mind would finally relax. Your confidence would rise because you would stop judging yourself. Your heart would feel lighter because you would stop carrying the weight of other people's opinions. Your success would come closer because all your energy would return to you. Most people spend their whole life looking outside. They look at their friends, their classmates, their coworkers, their favorite YouTubers, or even strangers on social media. They think, they are so good. They are so smart. They are so fast. Why am I not like them? And slowly, without even noticing, they begin to believe that they are not enough. They begin to believe that maybe they are too slow, too weak, or too late. But here is the truth. When you compare yourself to others, you forget your own journey. You forget that everyone has a different start, a different speed, a different story, a different struggle, and a different gift. You cannot compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Imagine something different today. Imagine that from this moment, you decide to focus only on you, not in a selfish way, but in a strong, peaceful, powerful way. Imagine you treat your English learning like a quiet, personal journey, not a race. You celebrate your small progress. You take one step every day. You speak slowly but bravely. You learn one new thing and feel proud. You look at your mistakes and say, this is okay. This is how I grow. You stop asking, am I better than others? And you start asking, am I better than yesterday? Stay with me, because today's message can truly change how you think forever. When you stop looking outside and start looking inside, your life begins to move in a new direction. A direction where you choose growth, not comparison, confidence, not pressure, peace, not stress. And that simple shift, my friend, can change everything. Chapter 1: The Silent Pain of Comparison. Let me take you into a moment you know very well, a moment almost every English learner has experienced. Imagine you are sitting in your classroom, or maybe you are watching a YouTube lesson, or joining an online speaking group for the first time. Someone begins speaking English. Their voice is smooth. Their pronunciation is clear. Their sentences come out fast and confidently. Everyone seems impressed, but inside your heart, something becomes heavy. You suddenly think, why can't I speak like that? Why am I still slow? Why do I make so many mistakes? Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe English is not for me. And in that moment, your learning stops. You are not listening anymore. You are comparing. You are hurting yourself quietly without even realizing it. You forget your own journey and start looking at someone else's path. This happens to almost every beginner. They feel behind, they feel slow, they feel weak, even when they are trying their best. They look at others and feel like everyone is moving forward while they are standing still. But the truth is this: most of the pain beginners feel does not come from English. It comes from comparison. Comparison is like a silent thief. It steals your energy without making a sound. It takes your motivation without warning. One moment you are studying with excitement, and the next moment you see someone better than you, and your excitement disappears. Negative thoughts attack you quickly. You are slow. You're not smart enough. You will never catch up. These thoughts make your heart heavy. They break your confidence before you even try. They make you stop practicing. They make you stop speaking. And slowly, comparison kills dreams before failure ever gets a chance. Think about how much time people waste watching others. They watch YouTubers who speak perfectly. They watch students who memorize thousands of words. They watch travelers using English everywhere. Instead of feeling inspired, they start feeling small. They forget that the camera does not show the whole story. They forget that those confident speakers also struggled in the beginning. They forget that every fluent speaker once felt lost, nervous, slow, awkward, and confused. But comparison makes you blind. It makes you ignore your own wins. It makes you forget your small improvements. It steals today from you by making you worry about someone else's tomorrow. And let's talk about your brain for a moment. Your brain is powerful, but it is also sensitive. When you compare yourself again and again, your brain reacts as if you are losing a competition you never wanted to join. It creates pressure. It creates anxiety. You become nervous every time you speak. You feel like everyone is judging you. Your brain starts producing stress, and this stress makes you scared of speaking. You become scared of making mistakes, scared of sounding imperfect, scared of being laughed at. And this fear freezes your mind. Even simple words become hard to remember. Your confidence slowly dies. And all of this happens not because of English, but because of comparison. Comparison also creates low confidence. When you look at others too much, you stop looking at yourself. You forget your strengths. You forget that you also have intelligence, courage, and passion. You forget that learning takes time. You forget that everyone grows differently. And your confidence becomes smaller and smaller. You start believing that you are always behind, even when you are improving every day. But here is the truth. Your confidence does not grow when you look at others. Your confidence grows when you look at yourself. It grows when you recognize your small progress. It grows when you celebrate your tiny wins. It grows when you focus on your own path. A slow learner who practices every day becomes better than someone fast who keeps comparing. A learner who stays focused on their own growth improves faster, even if they start from zero. Here is the simple idea you must remember. Your competition is not other people. Your competition is your yesterday. If you speak one sentence today that you couldn't speak last week, then you are winning. If you learn 5 new words today, then you are growing. If you speak with courage, even with mistakes, you are moving forward. And that is the beauty of this journey. The moment you stop comparing, you stop suffering. The moment you focus on your own growth, you start winning. You feel lighter. You feel stronger. You feel proud. You finally understand that English is not a race, it is your personal journey. This chapter ends with hope. You can win, you can improve, you can become confident, but only if you stay on your own path. And in the next chapter, you will learn how focusing on yourself can make your English better, faster, and stronger than ever before. Chapter 2. Let me tell you a simple story. There was a learner named Arif. Every day, Arif watched people speaking perfect English. He watched YouTubers who spoke fast. He watched classmates who answered quickly. He watched people on social media who used big words and long sentences. And every single time, he felt smaller. He felt discouraged. He felt like he was the only one struggling. He believed something was wrong with him. He believed he was slow, weak, and not talented enough. Because every time he looked at others, he saw perfection. And every time he looked at himself, he saw mistakes. So instead of improving, he spent more time comparing. He watched others grow and forgot to grow himself. One day, something changed. Arif realized that watching others was not helping him, it was only hurting him. He decided to stop comparing. He stopped looking at people who were 10 steps ahead. He stopped measuring his progress with someone else's journey. Instead, he did something simple but powerful. He focused on himself. He said, "Let me try improving one small thing each day. Let me do something for me." And that small shift changed everything. Arif started tracking his own progress daily. Not big progress, just small steps. He wrote down the words he learned each day. He wrote one simple sentence about his morning. He recorded himself speaking for 1 minute. At first, it felt slow, but he noticed something important. The more he tracked his progress, the more progress he made. His confidence grew because he could see proof of his improvement. Then he began speaking at least 10 minutes aloud every day. Not in front of others, not in a meeting, just alone in his room. He spoke about his day, his dreams, his plans. He described simple things like the weather, his breakfast, or his feelings. And slowly, his tongue became faster, his mind became clearer, and his fear became smaller. Speaking aloud for 10 minutes every day helped him break the silence barrier. He stopped waiting for the perfect place or the perfect moment. He created his own moment every single day. Arif also learned from his mistakes instead of hiding from them. When he said a sentence incorrectly, he didn't feel ashamed. Instead, he said, "Good, I found something to improve." When he forgot a word, he didn't panic. He used another simple word. When he paused too much, he said, "It's okay, I'm learning." This attitude turned mistakes into teachers. And when mistakes become teachers, fear disappears. He also used simple vocabulary first. He didn't try to speak like a dictionary. He didn't try to use fancy, advanced words. He used basic, clear, easy words. And guess what? His English became more natural. Because natural English is simple English. Mastery comes later. First comes clarity, confidence, and consistency. Now, let's talk about the science behind this. Your brain becomes stronger when you repeat your habits, not when you copy someone else's life. You grow when you focus on your actions, your practice, your small wins. The brain learns best through repetition. When you repeat simple daily actions, your brain builds strong language connections. But when you copy someone else or compare too much, your brain becomes confused, stressed, and tired. This is why focusing on yourself is not just emotional, it is scientific. Here is your spike moment. Small daily actions beat talent, luck, and speed. A person who practices 10 minutes every day will always become better than someone who practices once a week for an hour. A person who improves 1% every day becomes unstoppable after a year. Slow progress is not weak progress, it is real progress. When you focus on yourself, your English becomes more natural. Why? Because you stop feeling the pressure to be perfect like others. You stop forcing yourself. You stop trying to impress. You start learning with ease. You start enjoying the journey. And when you enjoy the journey, you learn faster. Remember this, your journey is unique. No one has your life, your challenges, your experiences, or your dreams. So stop comparing your story with someone else's story. You are not late. You are not slow. You are simply on your own path, and that is exactly where you need to be. Chapter 3. Let's begin with a moment you have felt many times but maybe never understood. You open your phone or your laptop and you see someone your age speaking English perfectly. Their accent sounds clean, their grammar is smooth, their confidence looks unshakable. And at that exact moment, something begins inside your mind an invisible war. One part of you wants to feel inspired, but another part of you suddenly feels small. You start thinking, why am I not like them? Why am I still slow? Why do I still make mistakes? Your heart becomes heavy. Your energy drops. Your mood changes. This silent battle happens in seconds, and it destroys your peace before you even notice. This is the dangerous power of comparison. Comparison creates three emotional problems that directly destroy your success. First, it creates the fear of speaking. When you compare yourself to others, you start believing that you cannot speak well enough. You think your pronunciation is weak, your grammar is wrong, your vocabulary is small, so you speak less. You avoid conversations. You stay quiet in class. You don't join speaking groups. You don't practice. And because you don't practice, you don't grow. Fear stops your tongue, stops your progress, and stops your confidence. Second, comparison creates the fear of making mistakes. You become so scared of saying something wrong that you stop trying. You think everyone else is better, so you feel embarrassed to show your imperfect English. But the truth is, mistakes are the only way to learn. No one becomes fluent without them. Yet comparison makes you believe mistakes are shameful. So instead of learning from them, you hide from them. And when you hide from mistakes, you also hide from improvement. Third, comparison creates the fear of being judged. You start imagining that people are watching you, analyzing you, laughing secretly at your English. You think every mistake is a failure. You think every pause is a problem. This fear makes your mind freeze when you speak. It makes your voice weak. It makes you nervous before you even open your mouth. Comparison doesn't just hurt you, it traps you. Let me give you a simple example. Two students start learning English on the same day. The first student keeps looking at others. He watches classmates who speak faster and immediately feels defeated. He watches YouTubers who speak perfectly and thinks, I can never be like that. Slowly, he becomes scared to speak. He becomes scared to practice. Every day, he compares, and every day, he loses confidence. One day, he quits learning because in his mind, he has already decided that he is losing. The second student is different. She focuses on herself. She speaks 10 minutes every day. She makes mistakes proudly. She smiles at her progress. She learns one new thing each day and feels happy about it. She doesn't care if others are faster or slower. She only cares about improving from yesterday. Her progress is slow at first, but steady. And after some months, something happens. She becomes fluent, not because she was talented, not because she was lucky, but because she focused on her journey, not someone else's. Here is a simple psychological truth. Comparison makes your brain think you are losing even when you are growing. Your brain cannot understand progress when it is always busy analyzing others. It only sees two groups. They are better, and I am worse. This is why comparison destroys confidence even when you are improving. Here is your spike moment. People spend hours watching others online, but only minutes working on themselves. Imagine what would happen if you reversed that. Imagine if you took all the time you used to spend comparing and used it to practice instead, your life would change faster than you think. Now, let me teach you how to break the comparison habit. First, reduce social media scrolling. Don't fill your mind with other people's highlight reels. They show the best 1% of their life and hide the 99%. Second, set personal goals. Your progress becomes clear when you have your own target. Learn 5 words a day. Speak for 10 minutes. Read 1 page. Small goals create large results. Third, celebrate small wins. Every mistake fixed, every new word used, every minute spoken, celebrate it. Small wins build big confidence. Fourth, focus on effort, not speed. Effort is your power. Speed is a distraction. If you give effort every day, fluency will come automatically. Now, let me give you the emotional truth you need to hear. You are enough. You have your own timing. You have your own path. Your progress is real, even if nobody sees it, even if nobody claps, even if nobody believes in you. Your journey is yours, and that makes it special. And now that you know how comparison destroys your success, let's move to the next chapter where I will show you how to build a life where you focus on yourself every single day. Chapter 4. Real growth is quiet. It does not happen on a loud stage. It does not happen in front of a crowd. It does not need applause, and it does not need attention. Real growth happens alone, in silence, in small moments. It happens when you sit with yourself, when you choose consistency over comparison, when you decide to improve a little bit every day. This is the truth most people ignore. The strongest people do the most important work when nobody is watching. And if you want to build a life where you focus on yourself, you must learn to love these quiet moments, because these moments shape your future. Let's talk about daily self focus habits simple. Small habits that can change your English, your confidence, and your entire mindset. Start with a morning English thought. When you wake up, say one simple sentence in English about your day. Something like, "Today I will learn something new," or "Today is going to be a good day," or "I will speak English with confidence today." This takes only 10 seconds, but it activates your brain. It tells your mind, English is part of my life. It sets the tone for your entire day. This one sentence is small, but it builds consistency, and consistency builds fluency. Then, practice shadowing for 5 minutes. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and copying them at the same time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to follow the sound, the rhythm, the flow. 5 minutes a day is enough to make your mouth more flexible and your brain more responsive. Shadowing teaches your tongue how to move, your mind how to think, and your voice how to sound natural. It's a quiet practice, but it creates loud results. Next, learn 5 new words and use them in sentences. Don't just memorize words, use them. Put them in simple sentences. Speak the sentences out loud. This way, your brain does not only store the words, it connects them to meaning, emotion, and memory. And when words are connected to your experiences, they stay with you. Then, speak in front of the mirror. Look at yourself. Watch your lips, your eyes, your confidence. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. Speak bravely. Speaking in front of the mirror trains your body language, your voice control, and your expression. It teaches you to trust yourself. You stop being scared of your own voice, and slowly you start loving it. Finally, reflect at night and ask one simple question. Did I improve 1% today? Not 50%, not 20%, not even 10%, just 1%. If the answer is yes, you are winning. If you learned one thing, spoke one sentence, practiced 1 minute, celebrate it. 1% every day becomes 365% in 1 year. Slow growth is strong growth. Now, let me explain something important. Focusing on yourself is not selfish, it is self respect. When you focus on yourself, you are telling your mind, I matter. My growth matters. My journey matters. You stop wasting your energy on people who do not shape your future. You stop losing yourself in comparison. You stop letting others control your emotions. When you focus on you, you protect your mind, your peace, and your dreams. Here is your spike moment. The happiest people in the world don't compete with others. They compete with their old selves. They wake up every day and say, today, I will be better than yesterday. That is their secret. Not perfection, not speed, not comparison. Just daily personal progress. And because of this mindset, they grow faster, live happier, and stay confident. When you learn to focus on yourself, you feel a deep peace inside. Your mind becomes calmer, your confidence begins to rise. Your English learning becomes faster because you stop pressuring yourself to be perfect. You start enjoying the process. You start giving yourself time, patience, and kindness. And when you enjoy learning, your brain learns 10 times faster. So let me leave you with a strong emotional message. Your life changes when your attention returns to you. Your power grows when your energy stays with you. You become unstoppable when you learn to stay in your own lane. You don't need to be better than others. You only need to be better than who you were yesterday. That is real success. Now that you understand this powerful truth, we move to the final part, the call to action, where I will invite you to join this journey with me and grow even more. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end. If you are still here, it means this message touched something inside you. It means you are ready to grow, ready to focus on yourself, ready to build a stronger and more confident version of you. If this message helped you even a little, please subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me create more powerful lessons for you. Like the video, comment your thoughts, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. You never know, you might change someone's life with a single share. Let's grow together, step by step, day by day. You are not alone in this journey.